Kuroo and Bokuto had been going to the university gym together for a while. Kuroo had stopped playing volleyball after high school, so he wanted to go to the gym to keep up his fitness, and Bokuto was delighted to accompany him. This time started out as usual, but when they got to the treadmills Bokuto had started to get bored. The gym wasn't as fun as volleyball practice, so Bokuto tried to keep himself entertained by distracting Kuroo with everything from competing to see how fast they could go to making flirty comments. Kuroo was weak with all his boyfriends but especially with Bokuto, so he was easily drawn in. While he was distracted by Bokuto showing off his muscles, he landed on his foot wrong, twisting his ankle and stumbling off the treadmill. Bokuto yelled and immediately jumped off the treadmill and ran to his boyfriend. "Kuroo, are you okay?" Kuroo winced as he looked over his foot. "I might have sprained my ankle." "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, it's all my fault." "No it's not babe, I just slipped. But I was distracting you." "You're so sexy, I'm always distracted by you." Kuroo grinned, but Bokuto could see him wincing behind his usually carefree smile. He made a concerned noise, looking over his boyfriend sat on the gym floor and hugged him tight. "I'll carry you home." He started to scoop Kuroo up, one arm under his knees and the other around his back. "Whoa, hey, you don't need to carry me." "But I can, and I want to." He was already standing with Kuroo in his arms, illustrating his point. "I know, but it's at least a 15-minute walk, it'll be easier if I just lean on you." Bokuto paused to consider the options, noticing the people around the gym staring at him with a 6'2" man in his arms. "Okay fine." Sighing, he let Kuroo down gently and instead supported his injured side with an arm around his waist and Kuroo's arm around his shoulders. They slowly made their way out of the gym and back home, Bokuto opening the door and dropping their gym bags. "We're home." Akashi looked up from his place on the couch as they entered the living room. "Welcome back, wait, what happened?" He stood up and went straight to Kuroo, placing a concerned hand on his shoulder. "I hurt my ankle on the treadmill." "Does it hurt a lot?" Yeah it does." "Do we need to take you to the hospital?" "I don't think it's that bad, I'll just rest it for a few days and if it doesn't get much better I'll see a doctor." "Who's seeing a doctor?" Kenma emerged from his room, headphones in hand. "Kuroo hurt his ankle but he doesn't think he needs to go to a doctor yet." "Oh, are you gonna be okay?" He looked up at Kuroo with such a cute concerned face that made Kuroo's heart melt. "I'll be fine." He gave Kenma a kiss on the forehead, followed by one each for Bokuto and Akashi too, all his boyfriends hugging him from every angle. "You still smell sweaty." "Oh yeah, come on Kuroo, let's shower." "Oh okay." Bokuto grabbed his hand and was about to drag him along but stopped as he remembered he couldn't walk properly, instead supporting him as they walked to the bathroom. "Do you wanna shower together?" "That might be a bit dangerous, I think I'll just have a bath." But the bath isn't as sexy as the shower." "I don't think I'm up for sexy showers or baths right now." "Oh yeah of course, I'll just have a shower and you can have a bath." "Good idea." Bokuto started to run the bath and turned back to Kuroo while they waited. "Do you need me to help you get in?" "Yes please." "Okay, I'll wait until you're ready then." "Do you need me to help you get undressed?" "I think I can manage that myself." "Okay, 'cause I'm always keen to help you get undressed." "I'm well aware." They grinned at each other before going in for a kiss. By the time the bath water was ready, their shirts had ended up on the floor and they both had to pause to catch their breath. Kuroo stripped the rest of his clothes off before Bokuto helped him into the bath. Bokuto then turned on the shower and took his clothes off, stopping by to give Kuroo one more kiss before he got in the shower. After around 10 minutes of cleaning himself, Bokuto got out of the shower and quickly dried himself off before kneeling in front of the bath. "Are you done?" "Yup." Kuroo pulled the plug and got out of the bath with Bokuto's help. "We forgot to bring a change of clothes." "Oh yeah, I'll be right back." Bokuto tied his towel around his waist and went to the bedrooms to find some clothes. As he went into Kuroo and Kenma's room, he passed Kenma who was playing a game and looked up in surprise. "What are you doing?" "Getting a change of clothes for Kuroo." He opened the closet and looked around for something to grab. "Hey, half of these hoodies are mine. If you didn't want me to steal them then you shouldn't have such big and soft hoodies." Bokuto laughed and moved over to Kenma with a cheerful smile. "You can keep them, just let me wear them sometimes, okay?" "Fine." Kenma gave a small smile, making Bokuto kiss his adorable face. "Okay, now you can get your bare chest and wet hair out of my face. I know you love it." He flicked his wet hair, sending drops of water all over Kenma and making him squeak. Giving him another quick kiss and a smile, Bokuto grabbed the clothes and headed back to the bathroom. "What took you so long?" "Kenma caught me, or I caught Kenma, I'm not really sure." "Okay, whatever that means. Anyway, here you go." He held out Kuroo's change of clothes which he took. "Hey, this is yours." "What, really? Oh well, you can wear it." Kuroo shrugged, as long as it fit it didn't really matter whose it was originally. Once they had both changed, they made their way back to the living room where Akashi was waiting. "Kuroo, sit down." "Am I in trouble?" Akashi's expression softened, not realizing how stern he had sounded. "No, you're not in trouble, just come sit down." Kuroo complied and sat on the couch in front of Akashi, Bokuto sitting to the side. "I was looking up how to care for a sprained ankle, you need to keep it elevated." He dragged over a stool with a cushion on it to act as a footrest, to which Kuroo nodded and placed his foot on. Akashi then disappeared to the kitchen and returned with an ice pack wrapped in a hand towel. "And here's some ice, keep it on for 15 minutes at a time." He placed the ice pack on his ankle, then turned to pick up a glass of water and some painkillers from the coffee table. "Do you want some painkillers?" "Akashi, I'll just leave them here if you need them, but you should drink some water anyway." "Keiji." He paused, looking at Kuroo. "Come here." He held out a hand, Akashi letting himself be pulled into Kuroo's side for a hug. "Thank you." Kuroo placed a hand on Akashi's cheek and pulled him in for a kiss, Akashi leaning close against him. "I just want you to get better as soon as possible." "I know, I appreciate it." Bokuto moved to Kuroo's other side and they all settled into a cuddle. "Hey Kenma, you're missing cuddles." A few moments later, Kenma appeared from his room, eyes still glued to the game in his hands, and he joined them on the couch leaning against Akashi. "You'll never say no to cuddles, huh?" "Nope." His boyfriends all laughed, Akashi putting an arm around Kenma and kissing his cheek. The next morning, Kuroo's ankle was still hurting so he decided to stay home for the day. Bokuto and Akashi had gone out to class, leaving Kuroo to rest on the couch until Kenma woke up later in the morning. When he eventually emerged from his room, he walked into the living room and was surprised to see Kuroo for a moment. "Morning Kenma." "Morning, I thought you had gone." Rubbing his eyes, he sat on the couch beside his boyfriend. "Nope, KG says I'm not allowed to leave the couch unless absolutely necessary. You could have stayed in bed. I didn't want to disturb you." "You wouldn't have." "I needed to get some breakfast and some ice so I was getting up anyway." "Well then I'm gonna stay with you on the couch all day too." "Okay, but don't you have classes?" "I can just catch up later." "You know you really shouldn't stay cooped up inside all day." "Kuroo, I'm trying to take care of you by keeping you company cause I can't do much else." "I know, I was just teasing, thank you for staying with me." Kuroo pulled Kenma onto his lap and gave him a few kisses. "You're welcome." After a few hours of the two sitting on the couch doing their own things, Kenma untangled himself from Kuroo and stood up. "Do you want some lunch?" Yeah, but do you want me to do it?" "I'll do it, is ramen okay?" "Yeah sure, just don't forget the water this time." "I've only done that like twice." Kenma rolled his eyes and headed to the kitchen. Kuroo couldn't help being worried, but he decided to let Kenma try to do things for him that he didn't usually get the opportunity to. Suddenly there was the sound of things falling and a curse from Kenma in the kitchen, making Kuroo jump up. "Hey, are you okay in there?" "Yeah, kind of." Kuroo hopped his way over to find Kenma surrounded by fallen food from the top shelf of the pantry. "Why does everything have to be so high up?" Kuroo laughed and patted Kenma's head as he started to pick up the fallen items, Kuroo easily reaching the top shelf to put them back. "How about I just make us some omelets?" "Okay, sorry." "It's alright, baby." Kuroo got to work on the omelets, Kenma mostly watching and occasionally mixing ingredients or handing things to Kuroo. They were nearly done when the door opened and Akashi came in, going straight to the kitchen to see what was happening. "Kuroo, what are you doing? You should be resting." "Oh hey Akashi, we were just making lunch." "Go sit down, you don't need to be putting stress on your ankle." "But I just need to cook this last omelette." "Let me do it, you need to rest." "But." "No buts, rest." "Fine." Kuroo gave up and went back to the couch, listening to Akashi and Kenma in the kitchen. "Why did you let him in the kitchen?" "I tried to make lunch for him but I couldn't, so he insisted on doing it." "Okay, but next time you can just wait for me, alright?" "Okay." A minute later, Akashi and Kenma came back into the living room with the finished omelets, placing them on the coffee table. "Thanks." He was about to reach for a plate when Akashi pushed him back firmly with his hands on Kuroo's shoulders and knees on either side of his thighs. "You." He paused, Kuroo looking up at him with wide eyes. "Had specific instructions to not leave the couch unless absolutely necessary." "Oh yes, I'm sorry." "You should be." Akashi reached behind to grab a plate. "Clearly you can't be trusted to listen to instructions, so I'm going to have to make sure you don't move." Kuroo wasn't exactly sure what that meant, but he sure wasn't going to refuse. Akashi took a forkful of omelette and fed it to Kuroo, who was more than willing to oblige. Kenma grabbed his own plate and watched closely as he ate. Soon the mostly empty plates were discarded and the food was replaced by Akashi's lips on Kuroo's. Without breaking away, Akashi shifted one knee in between Kuroo's legs and moved slightly to the side, glancing at Kenma. Taking the hint, Kenma moved closer to Kuroo's free side and started kissing his cheek and neck as well. Kuroo was now well and truly trapped by his boyfriends with no chance of moving. Akashi finally broke away from Kuroo's lips to let him catch his breath, instead making out with Kenma just inches in front of him. "Wow, maybe I should get injured more often." Both of his boyfriends gave him a look out of the corner of their eyes before breaking apart. "We wouldn't want you to get too used to it." They each gave him a few more kisses to his cheeks before settling down beside him with their heads resting on his shoulders and Akashi and Kenma's fingers intertwined. Kuroo managed to carefully remove his phone from his pocket and send a picture of the three of them to Bokuto, who replied with many crying emojis and promises that he would be home soon. The next day, the swelling in Kuroo's foot had mostly gone down and it wasn't as painful to stand on. It still wasn't good enough to go out, but he had convinced Kenma that he could go to class and leave him home alone. He spent most of the day doing work on his laptop and lying on the couch, but with a bit more freedom to get up and do things when he needed to. The first of his boyfriends to arrive home was Bokuto, who threw his bag on the floor as he made his way to the couch Kuroo was lying on. "I'm home." "Welcome back. How was your day?" "Pretty boring, I haven't moved much, how was yours?" "It was okay, one of my classes was really annoying though." "Do you want to tell me about it?" "Is that okay? You don't need to rest." "It's only my body that needs to rest, you can still vent to me." "Oh okay, can I lie on top of you?" "Yeah, just be careful to not hit my foot." Bokuto smiled and carefully swung his leg over Kuroo, kissing him before lowering down and lying on top of him with his head resting on his boyfriend's chest. "So you know that lecturer I really don't like?" The one who talks too fast and wears the weird hats. Yes, well, we had him today and apparently we're gonna be stuck with him for the next month because our usual lecturer is away, and he always marks harshly, so I'm worried about the test next Friday. Ah, that sucks. At least it's only for a month though, and I can help you study if you want. Really, you won't be too busy? No, it's fine, I can work on my own stuff between helping you. You're the best, Kuroo, I love you. I love you too. They stayed lying together on the couch for a while, talking about random things, until Akashi and Kenma came home. Keiji, Kenma, welcome back. Thanks, how are you feeling, Kuroo? A bit better, it's less painful now. Good, are you alright with bokuto on top of you like that? Yeah, he's a bit heavy but it's nice. Okay, well, Kenma and I just got some stuff to make grilled salted mackerel pike, so I was thinking about making that for dinner. Oh my god, yes, I love mackerel pike. Good, I'll get started on it. Do you want some help? No, it's okay, you just stay here and relax. Okay, let me know if you change your mind. Akashi smiled and took the shopping bags into the kitchen to start preparing the food. I don't know why you like mackerel pike so much, it's kinda boring. It's delicious, and if Akashi wants to make it then he's more than welcome. He's only making it because he knows it's your favorite. Kenma moved to sit on the small space left on the edge of the couch. He's trying to make you feel better since you're hurt, not that he's the only one. I must admit it's nice to be spoiled once in a while, but seriously, I really appreciate you all being there for me in your own ways. You do so much for us all the time, so it's the least we can do. Exactly. Kuroo's heart filled with love and he pulled his boyfriends close. I'm so lucky to have you all. Kenma smiled and lied down next to the other two, Bokuto moving slightly to give him more room and put an arm around his waist. By the next day, Kuroo was feeling a lot better and decided to go for an afternoon walk. He took it slow, just going on a short walk to the nearby convenience store, but it was good to stretch his muscles and get his foot used to having pressure on it. He wandered around the convenience store for a bit, deciding to pick up some snacks for himself and his boyfriends while he was there. After paying for the items, he made his way back home and opened the door to see Akashi getting up from the couch with a worried look. Where have you been? Oh, I just went for a walk to the convenience store. I was worried, I come home and you're not here while you're injured, something could have happened to you. Keiji, I'm fine. You didn't answer my texts. Kuroo could see Akashi's eyes start to water and it broke his heart. Keiji, come here. Akashi stayed still, Kuroo moving closer to wrap his arms around him. I'm sorry I didn't see your texts, but I'm okay, my ankle's practically better now, you don't need to worry about me. Of course I'm going to worry about you, I don't know what I would do without you, what we would do without you. I'm not going anywhere. You need to take care of yourself, and let us take care of you. Okay, I will, but you know I also want to take care of you too, we take care of each other. Okay. Akashi held him tighter, making sure he wasn't going anywhere. They stayed together on the couch for the rest of the day until Bokuto and Kenma were home. That night was filled with cuddles and I love yous and making sure everyone knew how much they were appreciated and cared for.